Welcome to Live Interactive English. My name is Sydney.
And my name is Karen. Today we are looking at part 1 of Eating Your Fill, Buffet Conversations. Ooh, I love going to buffets. How about you, Sydney?
Me too. I love buffets because obviously I can eat my fill. I can eat my heart out and eat till my stomach is full, till my soul is full, until I'm entirely happy, essentially.
That is true. That is the reason why I love buffets as well. But let me ask you, Sydney, when you go to the buffets, are you the type of person that would eat more than usual? And then are you the type of person that would eat the more expensive food?
Oh, 1000%. Yes and yes. If I'm at a buffet, I am going to definitely get my money's worth and eat as much as I possibly can. I also try to wear very comfortable clothes just in case my stomach gets a little bit extra full. I can kind of stretch out and
Good idea.
kind of let the food settle in very nicely. Yeah. How about you?
Well, me too. And then I really love eating sashimi. So when I go to these buffets, usually I go for, like sushi or sashimi, and I would eat as much as I can to get my money's worth because usually when you go to Japanese restaurants, it'll be very expensive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm someone that if I'm at a buffet, I typically try to go for, I really love Italian food. So if a place has like lots of breadsticks or pizza or especially pasta is my absolute favorite, that's absolutely what I'm going for sure.
Really? So I guess we will be learning a lot about, buffets in our conversation today. How about let's get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Emily is introducing the buffet options to Damien.
Check out all this food. You get to sample a bit of everything. Seafood, Taiwanese dishes, Japanese food, and even some Western dishes.
There's so much more variety than I was expecting to find. I don't know where to start.
I usually start with the hot dishes, then move on to seafood. And of course, save desserts for last.
Back home, I just grab pizza or pasta first and wander around the rest of the buffet later. Maybe I should try it your way.
I think it's a better way to pace yourself and thoroughly enjoy the whole meal without getting full too fast.
So today we are looking at part 1 of Eating Your Fill, Buffet Conversations. Yum, yum. But before we begin, what does it mean when I say eat your fill?
Yes, exactly. So to eat one's fill just means to eat as much as you can until you feel full, right? So typically we were talking just before about what we like to eat when we go to buffets. So you like to kind of stock up on sashimi. I like to stock up on pasta. So we like to essentially eat our fill of the foods that we enjoy.
That's right. And then until you feel totally satisfied. Okay, well, today the dialogue is about trying different food types.
All right. So we have two characters today. So we have Emily is introducing the buffet options to Damien. All right. So I believe that you will be reading for Emily and I'll be reading for Damien.
Awesome. Okay, so Emily starts off the conversation by saying, check out all this food. You get to sample a bit of everything. Seafood, Taiwanese dishes, Japanese food, and even some Western dishes. So Emily is talking about the different types of food that they get to sample. That means they get to try.
All right. And Damien says, there's so much more variety than I was expecting to find. I don't know where to start. All right. So there's so much variety, meaning there are so many more different types of food than he was expecting. He's having a hard time just deciding which food he wants to try first.
And that is especially true when you are eating at a buffet in Taiwan. We get the best buffets. Okay, and now Emily says, I usually start with the hot dishes, then move on to seafood, and of course, save desserts for last. So So right here, Emily is talking about, the order of food that she usually prefers every time she goes to buffets, right? Hot dishes, the food that is basically hot, and then she loves the seafood. And then, of course, most people would save their desserts for last.
Yes, I'm someone who always has a chronic sweet tooth. So there's no way that I could ever go to a buffet without having dessert. Absolutely.
All right. Okay, how about let's go over to Hanny first, and we will be right back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的绘画主题是 Eating Your Fill Buffet Conversations， 这是关于自助餐厅吃到饱的绘画。那么标题 Eat One's Fill 表示尽情的吃到满足为止。那么在第一段对话里 ，Emily 正在向 Damien 介绍自助餐厅的食物选项。她告诉 Damien 可以每一种都吃一点，有海鲜，有台菜、日式料理，甚至还有一些西式的菜色。Damien 说这边的选择比他预期的还要多样，他不知道从哪里开始。那么 Emily 说她通常会先从热食开始，然后再吃海鲜，甜点会留到最后。补充一下，我们可以用 have a sweet tooth 来描述某人喜爱甜食。tooth 它会固定用单数。那么 Sydney 老师刚刚说他是一个一直都很爱吃甜食的人，开玩笑说他是长期成瘾。老师用到 chronic 这个字，就可以形容慢性的、长期的，尤其是指疾病它是慢性的、长期的。那我们接着回到对话中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. Now let's continue on with our dialogue. So Damien says, back home, I just grab pizza or pasta first and wander around the rest of the buffet later. Maybe I should try it your way. Okay, so Damien kind of doesn't really have a strategy. It sounds like he's kind of like me, where he just goes for pizza and pasta, wanders around, and doesn't really think too much about what he really wants to try first.
But then we know when you go to buffets, you kind of just want to enjoy it. So I guess everyone can have their own strategies or own ways, right?
Yeah.
And now Emily says, I think it's a better way to pace yourself and thoroughly enjoy the whole meal without getting full too fast. Oh, that is true. I guess having a strategy, kind of allows you to eat more. So she says to pace yourself. So what does that mean? To pace, that is a verb. It just means to set the rate of movement, as in racing. You don't want to run too fast at the beginning because you're going to be out of energy. So just like eating at a buffet, you don't want to eat so much so quickly in the beginning, and then you don't have any more room for dessert. An example sentence would be, you should pace yourself when studying to avoid feeling stressed. Yes, you should pace yourself in a lot of things that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. And our other vocabulary word is the word thoroughly. And thoroughly here is an adverb. And thoroughly kind of just means greatly, in depth, or completely, right? So Emily is kind of saying, you want to kind of take your time. You want to thoroughly and carefully go through the buffet and kind of cover all your bases to really make sure you're getting all the foods that you like. So an example sentence would be, I read the guidelines thoroughly to make sure I didn't miss any details. Meaning you read the guidelines very carefully and all the way through to make sure that you didn't really miss anything super, super important.
That is right. And now it's time for us to go to Hanny.
Damien 提到他在家乡通常会先拿披萨或是意大利面，然后再逛逛其他区域。他觉得也许该试试 Emily 的方式。Emily 认为她的方式是更好的方式，可以调整节奏，那可以充分的享受这一餐，又不会太快吃饱。单字 pace 当动词可以表达为什么什么定速度 ，pace yourself 就是表达控制自己的速度，调整自己的节奏。那么 thoroughly 这个副词则表示彻底的、仔细的、完全的或非常。那我们接着回到对话中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. So from our dialogue so far, we know that Emily and Damien are definitely going to enjoy their buffet. But right now, they're trying to think of a strategy and see which way would be better and then which one allows them maybe to enjoy more food, right?
Yeah, exactly. And based off of what they're saying so far, I think I'm kind of feeling Emily's way. Maybe I need to adapt her way of attending a buffet and kind of casing the scene and kind of thoroughly taking my time to decide what I want to eat.
That's true, because then you'll be able to try everything.
Yeah, then I can try everything and not feel maybe too full at the end of the meal.
Exactly. Okay, how about let's go to the second part of our dialogue and we'll be right back.
Emily and Damien are discussing which foods to prioritize.
I'm planning to get my money's worth. I go for the pricier items like lobster and steak first, so I don't get too full to enjoy them later.
You're well prepared. I never think about organizing a meal like that.
It's not just about eating a lot. I focus on foods I rarely eat at home or in restaurants.
For me, it's about trying all the Taiwanese dishes I can't get in my country.
That's very smart. You definitely need to take advantage of the choices here then.
I can't wait to dig in. I know I won't be disappointed.
Definitely not. It all looks and smells so good.
Welcome back, everyone. So right now we are going to look at another dialogue of Emily and Damien. And remember, they're still at the buffet. And this one is called eating your money's worth. What does it mean when I say eating your money's worth?
Yeah, so eating your money's worth essentially just means that you want to make sure that the food you're eating is matching the price that you're paying.
That's right.
So if you're paying a lot of money to eat, you want to make sure you're kind of eating a little bit more on the heavier side, I would say.
Or you are eating more expensive food, right?
Yes, exactly. So Emily and Damien are discussing which foods to prioritize. Okay, now what does it mean to prioritize? To prioritize just means to figure out what is most important, or to kind of figure out what, in their case, what you want to eat first, what you kind of want to eat towards the middle of the meal, and what you want to save for last.
And that's what we're talking about, like having a strategy, right? Okay, now, so Emily starts off the conversation by saying, I'm planning to get my money's worth. I go for the pricier items like lobster and steak first, so I don't get too full to enjoy them later. And that is definitely true, because if you eat a lot of carbs like rice, noodle, or bread, you might get full really quickly, and you won't have any more room for steak and lobster, the pricier items. So we're looking at this word here, lobster, and that is a noun. So a lobster basically is a sea animal with a hard shell, big claws, and 8 legs, or the tasty meat from that animal that people love to eat, usually very expensive.
Yes.
An example sentence would be, Mark ordered lobster to celebrate his birthday. Ooh, fancy.
All right, sounds good. All right. And Damien says, you're well prepared. I never think about organizing a meal like that. All right, very true, right? Damien's kind of like a free spirit when it comes to buffets, and Emily's definitely the more strategic one.
That's true. And now Emily says, it's not just about eating a lot. I focus on foods I rarely eat at home or in restaurants. And I think that's really true, because oftentimes you might think, oh, lobsters and steak, they're really expensive. You don't often order or buy them or cook them at home. So since you're at a buffet, you might as well enjoy them a little bit more.
Yeah, you might as well get your money's worth, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right, so we are going to hear from Hanny.
在第二段对话里 ，Emily 和 Damien 正在讨论优先顺序，看要先吃哪些食物。那么 prioritize 这个动词就可以表达按优先顺序处理、优先考虑。Emily 说她打算吃的物有所值，她会先选龙虾和牛排这一类比较贵的品项，这样子才不会因为太饱吃不下。那她的重点就是在于吃一些家里或是餐厅很少吃到的食物。我们来看单字 lobster 就是龙虾。那文中用到 get my money's worth 就是表达让我的钱物有所值。Karen 老师则提到，如果吃太多饭面这些碳水化合物，很快就饱了，肚子就没空间吃比较贵的食物。那老师说的 carb 这个字表示碳水化合物或是含糖食物，它是 carbohydrate 的非正式说法。Sydney 老师也说 Emily 她听起来很有策略，老师用到 strategic 来形容，就是策略的、战略性的。那我们继续回到对话中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. Now we are going to continue along with our dialogue. So Damien says, for me, it's about trying all the Taiwanese dishes I can't get in my country. And you know, I have to say, as an American, and you're Canadian, right? I think we really empathize. Like, well, living over here, we really want to try all the yummy Taiwanese dishes that we might not be able to get in America or Canada.
That's true, because we have the best food in Taiwan. And now Emily says that's very smart. You definitely need to take advantage of the choices here then. Okay, that's true. Taking advantage. Since you're already here, this is a great chance for you to try the Taiwanese dishes. Although I have to say, you can also go to the night markets and try the delicious Taiwanese treats.
You can, you can. All right. And Damien says, oh, I can't wait to dig in. I know I won't be disappointed. Okay, so he can't wait to dig in, meaning he can't wait to try all the foods and eat. And we do have a vocabulary word here, which is the word disappointed, which is an adjective. And to be disappointed just means to feel a little bit sad or upset that something didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Or in this case, he's saying he knows he won't feel too upset about the taste of the food because he knows he's going to enjoy it, right? And for an example sentence, we could say, I was disappointed when the event was canceled at the last minute, meaning, oh, you know, if you're really looking forward to going somewhere, you might feel a little bit sad or upset that it's canceled.
That's true. Okay, let's continue with our dialogue. And now Emily says, definitely not. It all looks and smells so good. And that's definitely true when you go to buffets, right? Everything looks delicious and everything smells really, really good.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, let's go over to Hanny first and we'll be right back.
Damien 提到，对他来说，重点是要尝试所有在他国家吃不到的台湾菜。台湾的吃到饱餐厅往往都有不少道地的台菜，那么 Damien 就可以好好利用这次的机会。接着他有说，他迫不及待要大快朵颐了，他知道自己一定不会失望。我们看单字 disappointed， 它是形容沮丧的、失望的。那文中有用到 take advantage of， 在这边表达利用、好好的使用。片语动词 dig in 当不及物用，则表示开动、尽情的享用。那么后面接受词的时候，要写作 dig into 加名词。我们接着回到对话中。
Thank you, Henny. And now we are back. Okay, so from our dialogue so far, we know that Emily and Damien, they are discussing, you know, their own way, their strategies, what kind of food they want to try first. And then Emily has her own strategy and Damien wants to try the Taiwanese dishes, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So we know that Emily is definitely the more strategic one. She kind of goes for the more pricey dishes like steak and lobster first, so she can kind of essentially not get too full later on to try them. And Damien seems really, really excited because he knows that everything at the buffet is essentially stuff that he can't get back at home.
Exactly. That's why they're both going to enjoy the buffet very, very much. Okay, how about let's review the dialogue again and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Emily is introducing the buffet options to Damien.
Check out all this food. You get to sample a bit of everything. Seafood, Taiwanese dishes, Japanese food, and even some Western dishes.
There's so much more variety than I was expecting to find. I don't know where to start.
I usually start with the hot dishes, then move on to seafood. And of course, save desserts for last.
Back home, I just grab pizza or pasta first and wander around the rest of the buffet later. Maybe I should try it your way.
I think it's a better way to pace yourself and thoroughly enjoy the whole meal without getting full too fast.
Emily and Damien are discussing which foods to prioritize.
I'm planning to get my money's worth. I go for the pricier items like lobster and steak first, so I don't get too full to enjoy them later.
You're well prepared. I never think about organizing a meal like that.
It's not just about eating a lot. I focus on foods I rarely eat at home or in restaurants.
For me, it's about trying all the Taiwanese dishes I can't get in my country.
That's very smart. You definitely need to take advantage of the choices here then.
I can't wait to dig in. I know I won't be disappointed.
Definitely not. It all looks and smells so good.
.最后我们来复习今天对话里面的单字。第一个单字是 pace， 动词表示为什么什么定速度。thoroughly 副词表示彻底的、仔细的、完全的或非常。lobster 名词表示龙虾。disappointed 则是形容沮丧的、失望的。那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hey, 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 it's KiWi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
And it feels like forever. It feels like we've been making this brownie for like a month.
Okay, we're going to bake it in this episode. Okay, now
I know. I have to tap the batter
on the counter, yes.
on the counter because that way we can get the bubbles out, right?
Yes.
Like that?
Now, you can put it in the oven.
Yes, I heard the oven timer go off. I'm gonna go and get our brownies.
Kiki, you forgot the oven mitt. Oh, unless you want to burn your hands.
Okay.
Bring the baby in.
Whoa. Can we eat it now?
Not yet. What? We need to let it cool for about 15 minutes.
Moments later.
Okay, so we have let it cool for 15 minutes. It's now time to transfer it onto a cooling rack where we're gonna wait for another 15 minutes.
What? I'm never gonna get to eat this.
2,000 years later.
Wow. That brownie is really fudgy. It's really good.
And to think we made this from scratch. It was all worth the effort. Well, that's all we have for today. Remember to follow us on Instagram and send us a DM or an email if there's something you want to say in English but you just don't know how. Kiki, anything else you want to say?
We need some milk.
Oh, I would love a glass of milk.
Winnie!
Kiki?
We had brownie mix.